welcome to another Top 5 Records video, and another one in the series in which I'm taking a closer look at the full body of work of David Bowie. Now, in this video, I'm talking about the fifth record from 1974. Okay, those are 3 live albums, but Bowie was very productive in the 70s, and he made some awesome things. In this video, I'm going to be talking about this one, I'm Only Dancing, also known as the 1974 Soul Tour. This is a live album that Bowie recorded on the 20th of October 1974 in Michigan, Palace, Detroit. And the last couple of songs, last 3 songs as a matter of fact, were recorded at the Municipal Auditorium, Nashville on the 30th of November 1974. Now, this is a very interesting live album for a number of reasons. Officially, this is just the second leg of the Diamond Dogs tour. And some people might realize or wonder or remark, why do another release from the Diamond Dogs tour? Because we already have Correct Actor and David Live. And David Live even had a 2016, I believe, remix on 3 pieces of vinyl. So isn't there enough material from that tour? Now, Bowie was struggling during that tour. As a matter of fact, the Correct Actor show has a different lineup than the David Live show, musicians-wise. And he started off doing this tour with a very big stage set, very expensive stage set, inspired by films as Das Kabinett des Dr. Caligari and Metropolis, which, I mean, I love those films. And Bowie thought about this dystopian future inspired by 1984, and it was an incredible costly set of $250,000. And during that tour, Bowie found out that in his contract with Main Man Records, there was a certain rule that he forgot about, or that he just didn't read or understand. The half of what they received financially was split among the both of them, but all the costs were taken from his part of the deal. So in 1974, Bowie looked at his bank account, being a major rock and roll star, and he noticed, I'm broke. I'm seriously broke. I have no money whatsoever. The tour was way too expensive because his colleague is not the right word. His manager was getting all the money and did not put anything on the table, and all the costs were taken from Bowie. So he was. That's also why you have the line in the song Fame. What's the line again? Come on. What you get is no tomorrow, fame. What you need, you have to borrow. Because he didn't have any money. He was completely bankrupt. So Bowie was struggling with that, with the finances, and Bowie was also struggling with the soul, as a matter of fact, of his performance. And during the tour, he got really interested in soul. I've told a bit more about that in the Gouster video that I made before this one. And the interesting thing is, in the 2 weeks from the Diamond Dogs tour, he recorded the Gouster. And that is his soul moment. Now, that soul moment continues during this second part of Diamond Dogs tour, because it's really, really different. It rarely even resembles the other side of the tour. Overall, the lineup, it's soul. Bowie's voice, he's looking for soul. But I'm going to continue about Bowie's voice in this record later on. I'll talk you through the set list. It opens with the outro of Memory of a Free Festival. Bowie's not singing here, it's used to introduce him, but that is one hell of an outro. I wish I had a live recording of him doing that song. Memory of a Free Festival is one of my favorite Bowie songs. It's from the Space Oddity album. Then Rebel Rebel, nice opener. Then John I'm Only Dancing, again, the soul version of John I'm Only Dancing, which really, I mean, that gets you in a soul and funk groove, and you hear, this is Bowie doing soul, man. He's really up for it. Then you get Sorrow, which also has a soul kind of feel, especially the way he plays it here. And there are I don't know a lot of situations in which Bowie played Sorrow, and I love that song. I love his version. Changes, completely soul-wise. 1984, that is a shard of the Diamond Dogs element of this tour. Then side 2, Moonage Daydream, Rock and Roll With Me. Ooh, so nice. Then Love Me Do and the Gene Genie. Young Americans, here we got it. Young Americans, Soul Bowie. Side 3. Now, side 3 is, the first record, the energy is fantastic. I really love the sound quality of this recording because I did not expect it to sound this good, this detailed, this nuanced. It's very, very good for, especially for, I'm not sure if it's a last recording, but you notice how good it is when at the end of this record they switch to another show. But it's really good. It really captures Bowie at an interesting moment. And the energy and the soul vibe is really catching on. Then side 3, that's his Gouster moment. Because the album, The Gouster, was not released at that time. As a matter of fact, he planned on releasing it, but changed his mind and made Young Americans. And side 3 has Gouster songs. Seriously, it's... Side 3 opens with Can You Hear Me? It's Gonna Be Me, which Tony Visconti said during in the notes of the Gouster record, which is in the box set, Who Can I Be Now? He said that he doesn't believe that he ever sang that song again or recorded again. Well, it's here. It's Gonna Be Me. And those two songs, Can You Hear Me? It's Gonna Be Me. And after that, Somebody Up There Likes Me. I mean, we're completely in Bowie's, full on in Bowie's soul Gouster land, which is amazing. It's Gonna Be Me is one of his best songs. And to hear him perform it live on this record is just stunning. It's not the magical performance that the Gouster record has. I mean, that is such an amazing take. But his voice is so soaring, raw, broken up, torn out, worn out here. And that, with that quality doing It's Gonna Be Me. And overall, I gotta say this about Bowie's voice. I mean, when you hear people talk about Bowie in this period, and when he talks about it himself, he was a wreck. He was a complete wreck. But what the lack of his voice... what the lack of his voice might bring to the stage, he clearly makes up for energy and perhaps other ways to get energy, or conviction, pure conviction, you know. He's so fully convinced. And I love his raw, raspy voice. And his voice is somewhat thin and raspy, you know, and usually you have warm and raspy. His voice is thin and raspy, but he is so fully into it that it is just a magical performance. You're never gonna hear Bowie like this. Never. He's so completely fragile. And then these 3 songs after another, it is just amazing. Ending off side 3 with Suffragette City. Then side 4, Rock and Roll Suicide, which is gorgeous. Then Panic in Detroit, which is okay. It's okay. It's an addition here. Then they switched to the November Nashville Source. And I understand that they do that, because there are 3 songs, a full rendition of Knock on Wood, then a short medley of Foot Stompin', I Wish I Could Shimmy Like My Sister Kate, Foot Stompin', and then he does the same thing with Diamond Dogs, It's Only Rock and Roll But I Like It, and Diamond Dogs, which is historically interesting because Bowie... It's Only Rock and Roll But I Like It was done by Mick Jagger during a jam session in which Bowie did the backing vocals. And then that rhythm and certain elements of the song were later used by Bowie for Diamond Dogs. And some people say that Bowie stole from that. But I mean, they had a jam session together. And Mick Jagger left the jam session with It's Only Rock and Roll But I Like It. As a matter of fact, I believe he used it as a basis, the jam session as a basic backing track. And Bowie used elements of it for Diamond Dogs. I mean, yeah, nothing to make a big fuss about. But it's interesting that he confirms the connection here, and that is interesting. But those last three songs, the sound quality is just a little bit less, and Bowie's voice is in better shape, which makes it to me a lot less interesting. The other show, the Michigan Palace show, it seems like he's singing his heart out, like it's his dying last chance to prove what he's worth of. And I really love that. Really love that. Overall, this live album, pure magic. Pure magic. I mean, take a look at the beautiful packaging of this record. It resembles the original booklets or tickets for the show. It's pure magical. This is a very valuable record store day release for me. And this gives us insight in Bowie's soul era that, for me, it's more valuable than the Young Americans album. And I might even say that about the Gouster as well. This is truly awesome. What do you think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave a comment below and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.